Bam. Okay. Should be good. But you never know. It's the never that you never know. Or something. Okay. What up, peeps? I am waiting just a second here, making sure everything's working. Looks like everything's working though. Okay. So, plan for today is, again, keep learning. If you want to see Luffy get finished, not happening today. I need to learn quite a bit. I have quite a long way to go. So, not learning Luffy today, or working on Luffy today. I will eventually. But in the meantime, I will be going through a tutorial. I'm currently going through it right now. As you guys can see, this is my boy, Garball. I did not draw this, nor do I know the person who drew this. But this is the subject for the tutorial. So right now we are going to continue going through this tutorial. I am learning quite a bit going through this. So I learned a bunch of mistakes I made with my boy Luffy. So rip Luffy. Yeah, very sad. So I probably won't start Luffy from scratch when I get into it, but I am definitely gonna wait until I know a bit more, because I got a lot of work to do. So as for right now, because this is a paid course that I'm learning through, I'm not going to show the course on screen, but I think you guys will be able to hear the audio. If I ever get it taken down, then you won't hear the audio. But for right now, you should be able to hear the audio. Should be fine. You won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to see my screen following along. Sounds good? All right. Sweet. So I will, oh my gosh. I'm having issues on one of my streams, but I ain't worried about that right now. Whatever. If you guys have issue watching, I'm sorry. I'll figure that out later. It's already almost 10 o'clock. Yeah, almost 10 o'clock. I'm just getting started because of all the issues I've been having. So let's start sculpting and have fun. Right? All right. My boy Garball. That's not actually the name. That's just a name I gave it. So, yeah, Garball. Good enough, you know. My boy Garball. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Can y'all hear that? No, you can't hear anything. All right, hold on.
First of all, let's
Now,
go into the viewport
you should be able to
overlays,
hear.
disable the floor, and also
Cool.
let's disable the Y-axis. I just leave the X-axis enabled because when we use left and right arrow to change the
Also, if it's,
rotation
like,
of the little
way
creature
too
here,
loud,
so that
please
we know
let me know.
exactly when we have the rotated one and when we don't have the rotated one. So now, before we go into sculpting, the first thing we need to do is to apply the modifiers and apply the scale.
Which
So here we
I
don't
already
have
did.
a modifier, but let's just add one with Control 1. Add a subsurf modifier with another level of subdivisions, because
Yep.
I think it's better if we have it a bit smoother. And then let's apply
I'm a
this
little
modifier, and then
ahead
let's
of
apply
this
the
right
scale.
now. I started
Let's
this a
switch
little
over to
earlier,
sculpt
so.
mode. Press T, and now let's make this tool shelf a bit smaller until we can see all these icons here with 2 columns. Let's go over to the active tools and workspace settings, and then you can always see which brush I'm using, even if so you can't see the names up here. And of course up here we can also see which brushes I'm using. So when it comes to the first steps of sculpting, first of all, I go to the second keyframe so it's aligning with the concept art better. I usually start with the grab brush, press G to pick the grab brush, and we need to enable X symmetry. By the way, you can also right click on X symmetry and down here add this to the quick favorites, which I already done. So I can just press Q and enable X down here, then X mirror will be enabled. And since the mirroring always happens on the local axis of each object, depending on the origin of the object, as you already learned, the mirroring still works even if we rotate the whole thing here, which is pretty cool. So, and now let's drag this in here a bit, and let's just start shaping the head so it fits a bit more the concept here. Let's zoom in a bit. Let's move this down here. So we basically have this long shape of the mouth, and then the eyes are pretty much on the same height as the nose. And down here we can also see where we have holes for the eyes. Let's move them in here a bit. And we can also see that from the horns we have this shape here. So I would probably go down here a bit.
It's a little too much.
And I guess the head back here is not so far, so let's push it a bit to the front. And let's definitely make this wider here. And let's push this down a bit. Then let's move this part in here. And at this stage, even though we don't have any details yet, I think it's quite important to add some eyes already. So let's go back to the first keyframe. The 3D cursor is still down here in the center. Let's hit Shift A, go to Mesh, and add a simple UV sphere, which is pretty huge. Let's scale it down. Press Q and I add a mirror modifier, of course only if you have added this to the quick favorites. Let's use the empty object as mirroring object, and then let's move it up here, rotate this 90 degrees, push it in here, let's move it to the side, and let's left click and hold and hit Shift and parent this to the mirror. By the way, on purpose I don't renamed all the elements here because we will sooner or later join them anyway all together, and then they will disappear, so it doesn't really matter right now. So let's go to keyframe number 2 so we can see better if the eyes are aligning correctly. I think we can scale them down a bit more and put them here and also put them back a little bit. Something like this. And the eyes have something pretty special. You can see that the eyes here, the iris and the pupil is stretched a bit, so it's not shaped like a circle. And let's quickly do this here as well. Let's go to edit mode, and first of all let's pick one ring here which is nearly the size of the iris.
Oh, he didn't use this. Oh man, I forgot. I thought he used a cube. He did not. UV sphere. I know it looks the same, but it's not. Down. GZ. Up. GY. Come out a little bit. There we go. GX. Oh, wait. I forgot. Mirror real quick. Do that. Do that. Okay. Uh-oh. Which one? Nope, that's not the one. Okay, there we go. And GX. Okay. That's actually getting close there. Scale. Oh, I need to do this because, oh no, I gotta parent this thing. Shift. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, the eyes are a little low. GZ. Almost perfect size. A little bit. Scale, I think. Let's go down a little bit. I feel like his eye is popping out over here. I think it's too far. Okay. G, Y, Y. Okay. Something like this? I don't know if this is right, because now this feels like it's too much over. GXX. Right? His eyes need to be in more. But then GYY. This feels better. GXX. Sorry if me saying everything out loud is annoying. That's how I learn. I gotta shout it out. Okay. Alright, that's not terrible. Okay. So he did a thing. I want to rotate on the x-axis 90 degrees. Ah, yes. Perfect. Okay, sweet. All right. We're making some progress here. Making some progress. All right. He's doing a very weird thing. So let's see if I can keep up. I'm going to go back a little bit.
It's mirroring object, and then let's move it up here. Rotate this 90 degrees. Push it in here.
Oh, Jonas, what up? Try looking from numpad 7. Oh, yeah, I could have looked from top down. That's true. That is true.
Let's move it to the side. And let's left click and hold and hit shift and parent this to the mirror. By the way, on purpose, I don't renamed all the elements here because we will sooner or later join them anyway, so it doesn't really matter right now. So let's go to keyframe number 2 so we can see better if the eyes are aligning correctly. I think we can scale them down a bit more and put them here and also put them back a little bit. Something like this. And the eyes have something pretty special. You can see that the eyes here, the iris and the pupil is stretched.
Okay, so just so you guys can see what he's talking about, he's gonna make this like oval shape eye thing.
So it's not shaped like a circle. And let's quickly do this here as well. Let's go to edit mode, and first of all let's pick one ring here which is nearly the size of the iris. Maybe
I'll pick this guy.
Here. Yeah, not entirely. I think I take this one here. Then let's enable proportional editing.
Hold on, because I need to go back to this. Oh gosh, I just moved everything. Wrong thing. Let me see. Is it that one? Does that look right? A little too big. Okay, sure. Oh, he's doing the whole this. So yeah, I do need this one. Ah, I understand.
Which allows us to adjust everything.
I understand it now.
Just scroll the mouse wheel or press page up on here. Yeah, not entirely. I think I take this one here. Then let's enable proportional editing, which allows us to adjust everything with a radius. Just scroll the mouse wheel or press page up and down, in this case page down, to lower the radius. And you can...
Hold up. I did proportional editing. What the heck?
Go to edit mode, and first of all let's pick one ring here which is nearly the size of the iris. Maybe this one here. Yeah, not entirely. I think I take this one here. Then let's enable proportional editing, which allows us to adjust everything with a radius. Just scroll the mouse wheel or press page up and down, in this case page down, to lower the radius. And you can see on the top proportional size is 0.04, and I think I can go even smaller.
Okay, I understand. I promise, guys, I understand it now. I promise. I know it doesn't look like I understand it now, but I see what he did. Okay, so before I do whatever, okay, I may have made a mistake. Okay.
So that I only deform the front part of the eye. And now let's hit X for the x-axis and shape it a bit.
Ah, I see. Okay, so if I do this, S, I have proportional editing. Then I do X, X. Ooh. That is easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. That's interesting. This teaches me a lot of things in one thing. That's sick. Okay, let me do I want to do. Maybe I should be looking at his eye here. I can't really see, but that's good enough for me. Doesn't need to be
like
perfect.
this. Let's hit slash on the numpad to isolate the eye. Of course,
Yep.
you can see now
Let's
we
do that.
distorted the eye. It's not ball shaped anymore. However, we can quickly fix
That's
that by
interesting.
selecting everything. Go to mesh, transform,
Oh,
and then
wait.
click on.
Hold on, I gotta do this. Select everything. Go to mesh, transform. What is he gonna do? I can't even predict it. To sphere. I think something like this. Oh, I lost my. I don't know what's happening. Okay.
On to sphere or press Shift Alt S. And now just move your mouse in one direction and then this will be changed into a sphere.
Ah, I see.
However, we still have this longish shape here. And if this is not strong enough, just do it a bit more and then press
Yeah.
Shift Alt and S once again and make it a sphere once again. Now of course
Shift,
here we have
Alt, S
lower
will
resolutions.
do it. No, you lied to me, bro. You lied.
Changed into a sphere. However, we still have this longish shape here. And if this is not strong enough, just
All right, so let me actually take a look here and see. Mesh. I already forgot what I was doing. Oh my gosh. Come on, B. All right, you did mesh. Transform. It is Shift Alt S. Why didn't that? Oh, okay, I see it. All right. Okay.
just do it a bit
Alright.
more and then press Shift Alt
Learning.
S once again and
Learning.
sphere once again. Now of course here we have lower resolution, so in this case in object mode I would add a subsurf modifier with Control 2, so we
Okay.
have two subdivisions, and then let's go in here, select this loop by pressing Alt left click, or this one here better, the outer one, and then press Control B to bevel this, and then let's hit plus on the numpad to add
Okay.
one loop cut in
Let me
between.
do
Left click
this.
confirm, then Alt left click on this loop here, and then
Let me
before we
zoom in a
continue,
little
let's
bit.
disable proportional editing up here, and then
Control
press
B.
Alt S for the shrink fatten function, which in this case moves this loop to the inside. So we just can
There it
see
is.
here we have this line.
Oh, wait, you can just do
left
Alt
click on
S for
loop
this?
here, and then before we continue, let's disable proportional editing.
Hold
up
on,
here,
I
and
missed
then press
something.
Alt S.
I'm sorry.
True.
I'm
So
sorry.
we have two subdivisions, and then let's go in here, select this loop by
Did he
pressing
add a
Alt
loop
left
cut?
click, or this one here better, the outer one, and then press Control B to bevel this,
Yep.
and then let's hit plus on the numpad to add
Oh,
one loop cut in between. Left
you
click
can just
confirm,
hit
then Alt
plus
left
to
click on
do
this
that.
loop here, and then before we continue, let's disable proportional editing up
Okay,
here,
I
and
did
press
not
Alt
know
S for the
this.
shrink fatten function, which in this case moves this loop to the inside. So we just can see here we have this line. Of course, this will
Plus.
not be our final eye. It has some weird artifacts here.
What?
It's just a placeholder for us so we know where we will place the eyes. Not be our final eye. And
I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of me going back and forth. I just want you guys to know that right now. But what? I just learned something.
Alt left click on this loop here, and then
Yep.
before we continue, let's disable proportional editing up here, and then press Alt S for the shrink fatten function, which in this case moves this loop to the inside. So we just can see here we have
That's
this
so
line.
much
Of course,
easier.
this will not be our final eye. It has some weird artifacts here. It's just a place.
Okay, I'm just going to pause this for a second because earlier I was trying to copy something. Like I've been playing around a lot off stream, just trying to learn different things. And I was trying to copy something I saw, but I couldn't figure out how to like inset just like one loop cut or whatever it is. It's literally Alt S. It's literally Alt S. So learning, guys, learning.
Placeholder for us so we know where we will place the eyes. Now down here, make sure that this aligns correctly. Hit slash on the numpad once again. Something like this.
Now-
I know it looks super weird right now.
Mine is like way smaller than his. I don't mind it so much. Let me see. All right, hold on. I'm breaking the law right now. All right, so this is what his looks like compared to what mine looks like. Not terrible, but there's some. I'm growing.
Now, but it will look much better later on. Let's go back to sculpt mode of the head here, and we might add a few more geometry around the eyes here. You can see that here on the inside of the eye is covered a bit more with the eyelids, and here on the outside you can see a bit more of this usually white part. Here it's more rose, but yeah, that means on the top here we can add a bit more geometry, and you can see I'm staying here really low res. Let's use the sculpt tool brush, but we have to take care that he don't looks evil, and of course we will add much more details later on, just to give us a basic impression on how the thing looks like. Let's use a clay strips brush, add a bit of geometry down here, and you can clearly see right now that we have, I think, a bit too much geometry in this area here. If I disable the front part, you can see it quite clearly. So let's remove some of these parts here.
I need to.
You can also see here the mouse is pretty close to the
over the eye,
so
a little bit.
We just added too much here. So the mouse is more here. Yeah, again, a little bit here in the 3D viewport, this is what has to look good. Doesn't matter if it's not perfectly fitting the concept art in any way. And later on, when we have the details, it will look much better anyway. Let's go down to the body here. Let's hit Control A, Visual Geometry to Mesh, which applies a modifier, and we also apply the scale. And let's go over to Sculpt mode, and here we just do some basic tweaking. Let's enable X symmetry.
Oh, this man going hyperspeed. Okay, he started on the body. I can do that without listening to you talk. Okay. I think I'm good here, except his head looks like super flat. I don't like that. Let me just do this. Raise it up just a little bit. Uh-oh. Why wouldn't I just do this? Let's add a little bit more round shape. Okay, there's a little bit of something here. Okay, it's not perfect, not terrible. Okay. All right. Oh, there's like a bump right here. You know what? I'll clean that up later. As for now, looks good. All right, on to the body. First, I need to make sure do I need to apply this modifier? All right, let me see did he apply this? I feel like
on the top here we can add
he applied the modifier,
and you can see
I could be off.
Staying here really low res. Let's use the sculpt tool brush, but we have to take care that he don't looks evil, and of course we will add much more details later on. Just should give us a basic impression on how the thing looks like. Let's use a clay strips brush, add a bit of geometry down here, and you can clearly see right now that we have, I think, a bit.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Let's remove to the nose here. So I think we just add more.
Yep, I did all that.
This is concept art anyway. And later on, when we have the details, it will hit Control A, Visual Geometry to Mesh.
He did apply. Okay, sorry. I did all of that just so I can see if he did this. He did. Just in case. Apply scale. All right. And back to sculpting. Okay. Uh-oh. One. Okay. I need to do this guy like this. Oh, okay. This is going to be some work. Okay.
Which applies a modifier, and we also apply the scale. And let's go over to sculpt mode, and here we just do some basic tweaking.
Okay. I'm going to let him ride with that, and I'm going to start sculpting. This needs to come back and out a little bit, but that's a little bit too much. Maybe I'll just add a little bit here. Hello? Yo, why he getting fat back? Okay. That's because I have the largest brush on earth. Okay. It's not completely true, but you know. Okay. And then smooth that out. So a little bit. Okay. Grab brush. Pull that neck fat. Oh. I didn't have symmetry on. Great. Okay. Boom. Yeah, that's probably why it looked crazy. Okay, what? I definitely just heard a door opening. My daughters are not sleeping, guys. Okay, so that's a little bit too much. Okay, but that's all right. You know what? I don't completely hate this. Let me go back to 1. Okay, yeah, I gotta fix this a little bit. F, go down. Yo, I gave this dude like a crazy back curve. Looks interesting. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right. Okay. I think the neck comes out how I need it to. He said to leave some space for the, what do you call? I'm leaving space for the hair. I guess we're gonna add that after. Oh no. Okay. And I think the rest of his body looks fairly good. Let me zoom this out just so I can get a clear idea. He has like a little bit of something here. Yeah, there we go. Want a little bit of a pop belly, just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit of a tummy tum. That's fine. Maybe too much. Oh no, I don't mind this. My boy Garball be eating, you know. Okay. It's not perfect, but I ain't mad at it. Oh my. That's a smooth Garball. Okay, there we go. I'm starting to understand how these things work. Okay, that looks good to me. Just fix this a little bit. Oh, a little too much. Okay. Okay. Body looks fine.
Let's enable X symmetry.
Okay.
So here, I think
I think we
too thick.
doing all right.
On the back here, and here. For now, some very basic adjustments. Maybe let's remove some geometry over here. Add a little bit more geometry down here and a little bit here. Something like this. Maybe remove some of it here. Then let's go over to the limbs here, and here I want to keep the mirror modifier, so I only apply the subsurf modifier, and of course I apply the scale. Let's quickly do this for the other limbs as well.
Okay.
And this allows us to pose the creature a bit more while we are sculpting.
Okay, let me do this so I can be ready for what he's about to talk about right now, because I don't know what's about to happen there. All right. Object mode. Let's do these limbs real quick. Let's see. Apply. Apply. Apply one more. Apply. Okay.
So for example, if we realize the legs are too long, too small, too close to the body or anything, so we can sculpt on these but still move these around, which is super handy. Let's go to sculpt mode, and you can see over here on the top here on the shoulder part it's a bit thicker, and in the inside it's a bit smaller. So let's press G to have the grab brush and make this.
Oh yeah, yours don't look like Hamas.
Move this down a bit so it's pointing towards
Well,
the
it
elbow
looks
here. And
not too shabby.
Something like this. Let's go to the lower arm. I just press D to switch the mesh parts, which I discussed in one of the earlier videos in this course. Then down here we can see that the lower arm is pretty thin. However, we also have to keep in mind that there's a big layer of fur on top, so maybe we can make it a little bit wider.
He said he just pressed D.
The top here, a bit thicker.
That's not working for me.
Hand in front here is parts, which we move this down a bit so it's pointing towards the elbow here. Bend this a bit, something like this. Let's go to the lower arm. I just press D to switch the mesh parts, which I discussed in one of the earlier videos in this.
Don't listen to what he said. He didn't discuss anything. I don't know how he just did that. What the? Oh, you know why? Oh no, I have no idea how he just did that. What the? Yeah, I have no idea. I need to figure that out. Not right now though. We sculpting right now. Okay, so I feel like the back of his arm is a little bit. Do I have X symmetry? I don't, of course. All right, there we go. All right, so back of his arm does not look right. It needs to look more like this. Okay. And shoulders kind of go like, not like that. What you doing, bro? You bring his shoulders out more. Push it. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. Wait, what's happening? Why am I revealing a new shoulder? What is happening? Am I like stripping his arm? What? I don't know what's going on. I literally don't know what just happened here. Yeah, there's... Do I have double? Alright. What's going on here? I do have double. Pretend like you didn't see that. You didn't see anything. I don't have double. I only had one the whole time. You didn't see anything. Alright. Jeez Louise. Back to what I was doing. Alright. Sculpt. Okay. There we go. Now we can shape his shoulder. Oh my gosh, what the heck is... Maybe I need to not be using grab brush. But I do need to use grab brush. Okay, there we go. Alright. Got a little bicep on my boy. Okay, shrink that down. Keep pushing. Keep pushing it. Okay, that's fine. This looks crazy. Okay, that's better. Ah, there we go. Okay. I think I'm doing it. Okay. Yep, shave it down. Shave it down. Ah, yeah. This needs to come over here some though. Okay, there we go. Am I getting the look I want? I don't know. Also, I think it's a little... Alright, this needs to be a bit wider back here. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. I think I'm getting what I want here. Okay. Alright. It almost looks like a normal arm. Almost. Okay, that kind of, that's a weird looking thing. I just made it worse. Oh, that just made it way worse. Okay, this looks kind of crazy, but that's what we got. Close enough for me. I'm good here. Okay, so let's try what he did. D. Yeah, D is not doing anything. I don't know how he did that. What the heck? How did he do this? All right. Whatever. I'll just keep doing it this way. It's not that big of a deal for me. All right. So, all right, you got them forearms. And this needs to actually come over. There we go. Okay. Let me do this. Make sure these forearms look like normal. I think that looks all right. Okay. Yep. I think that looks all right. Maybe I should do something with his hands here. Shrink it down. Let's see. Oh wait, am I not? I am. Okay, good. F. Let's pull this part out a little bit. Yep. Ah, there we go. That feels more like a hand. There we go. Ah, look at that. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. That looks like a hand, right, guys? Okay. We're feeling it. We're feeling it right now. Okay.
Of course. Then down here we can see that the line is pretty thin. However, we also have to keep in mind that there's a big layer of fur on top, so maybe we can make it a little bit wider. So let's move
I'm not
to the
making it
here,
wider.
a bit thicker,
Not at all.
And the hand in front here
I'm
is
good.
a bit pointy. We will add the claws a bit later.
I did
think
make
that looks
it
good to me. Then let's go over
look
to
like a
the
hand.
upper leg. For that, I also pull up my reference images on my second screen where I have this rabbit anatomy.
Yeah, that's something I didn't do. Should probably get a reference. I'm just gonna use what he does as the reference. Not best case, but it's what's happening.
Image, for example, so I can look a bit on that. Especially this part here needs to be smoothed a bit, so it's like more merging into the body. Push this a bit and this one down a bit.
This
Too
down.
much though.
Okay.
Then this part here, let's move this quite a bit to the front. Bend this a bit. And sometimes
push.
it's even helpful to look at like human
In.
anatomy or from other animals
it
to
should
know
be
how like a lower leg
into
looks like or the feet
here
looks
a
like.
little bit.
By the way, we can also hit slash on the numpad if we want to isolate this object only. Then we can shape this a bit more
Yes.
easily. Let's add a bit on top here.
I feel like
And let's remove some geometry on the sides here. Hit slash again. Press G for the grab brush. Move this,
thought I was
smooth this.
moving
You
this
know how
out.
it works. Then let's press D once again. And let's adjust this a bit. Let's press Control 7 from the bottom view so we can really
Okay.
see how this is shaped. Maybe let's make it
Yep.
a bit wider.
I feel
And
like
over
that
here, let's
works.
push it a bit. Not too much. Shouldn't look like a shoe. Then let's go to fall off, make this sharp, and then we can pull this out a bit to make it sharper. Something like this. And I think it could be a bit thicker, maybe. So let's go to the inflate deflate brush and go over this just carefully to make it a bit
Okay.
thicker. Not back here though. Something like this. Then let's go over to object mode. Select the tail here.
Okay, so he's on the tail. So it's gonna take me a little bit to catch up. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away here. looks already. And this does need to be smaller though. Let me just make sure. Okay, so this, make this, push this in, push this like over. Okay. Yeah, this leg should be kind of slim, but let me pull out your kneecap. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, yeah, your kneecap can come out just a little bit. But that looks kind of crazy. There we go. Right? Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of shin, but it should get a little smaller down here. Yep. Okay. That looks good. I think that looks good. Okay. And now for those toes. Alright. He used the inflate. Okay. Alright, and now I'm gonna use flatten a little bit. It's not what he used, but I think for me, oh, that ain't right. That's not what I meant to do. Maybe because I should have been just from the, I just want the top. Okay, that's not doing what I wanted it to. So let's do 7. Yep. I'm gonna flatten this out. Grab. Am I not grabbing it? Okay, there we go. I just need the foot to be a bit wider. I know this looks crazy right now, but trust the process. Trust the process. Okay. Let's carve this down. Alright, see? It's starting to get there. Oh, that's a bit too much. Alright, let me grab this out. Okay, and then a little bit. Push this in a little bit. All right. Let's see what we're looking at here. Oh, that looks crazy. Okay, give me a second. All right, let me fix these feet on the bottom. This looks, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Where's my flatten at? Okay. These toes need to get fixed a little bit. Remember, guys, it looks crazy right now, but at some point, it won't. Maybe. Okay. Okay, yeah, he got a foot problem a little bit. Yeah, his feet jacked up. All right, we're gonna fix that though. Okay, there we go. I'm doing it now. Ha ha. But I don't want, oh. I don't know what just happened there. Pretend like you didn't see. What is happening? How come it's like going through? Hold on. There's something weird happening. Hold on a second. Options. There's a way to do like front facing only or something like that. So that's not doing what's happening right now. Advance. Front faces only. Okay. Now if I'm looking from here and I do this, it should just be the top. Okay. Jeez Louise. What the heck? This shouldn't have been this difficult. Okay. I kind of go a little overboard so I can fix this since it got kind of jacked up. That boy got bad toes. Okay. Now, it looks crazy, but trust the process. Alright. That was way harder than it was supposed to be. Okay. Let me just fix this a little bit. I want his foot to be like this, but it's just doing a bit too much. Okay. This feels a little... Okay, we're getting there. Okay, his foot is so narrow. What the heck? Okay. If I just... there we go. I just gotta give him some very, like, wide feet. Okay. That is... Something's happening now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That looks horrible. Pretend like you don't know what's going on here. I'm spending so much time on these feet. Like, it's crazy. Actually, okay, it's still not right, but we getting there. Yo, what just happened? I should be adding geometry. What is happening? Alright, maybe my brush is too big. Okay. There we go. What was going on? Alright. We're doing something to these feet. It looks crazy, but I'm sure I'll be able to... I'm not sure I'll be able to fix it, but I'm going to leave it at this. This is better than what it was. Okay, yeah. That's better than what it was. And if it ain't, pretend like it was, because that's rough. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's close enough. Yeah, we all right. I can fix it. I can fix it later. I believe it. All right.
And you can see we have a bunch of modifiers. Maybe let's add one more level of subdivisions over here and apply visual geometry to mesh, and then also apply the scale just in case. And I think here we don't have to do much. Maybe inflate deflate brush, make it a bit thicker here. I think most of the work here on the tail comes later. Maybe let's invert this with shift to make it deflate a bit. Something like this, and the same for the horns here. Let's add one more level of subdivisions, and here I don't want to apply the mirror modifiers, so I apply all the other modifiers manually from top to bottom.
Okay, let me just do this real quick. This should be easy enough. Alright, Control A. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, visual geometry to mesh. Alright, and we are going to add, like, okay, and apply, and apply. All right, are we starting with these guys, or I think we'll start with these guys.
To make all of them work properly, apply the scale, go over to sculpt mode, and here let's use the clay strips brush, for example. Add a bit of stripes in there. Invert the clay strips brush a bit to add some flatness here on the side, because we have
Reggie.
this part here, which we can add a tiny bit already, like not too much, and then of course smooth this out a bit.
Okay, so he's just playing around with these little horn things real quick. All right, that ain't what I want to do. Okay, there we go. Sculpt. And let's go in and yeah, clay strips. Let's start smoothing first, because let me see. Can I move this? Okay, good. This kind of has a thing here. Okay. Oh my gosh. Please don't be acting a fool. Not in my comment section. Alright, let's see here. Alright, yeah. We're doing a little something. We're doing something to his horns. Y'all like that ASMR? Can y'all hear that? Alright, yeah, I wanted to, it looks like there's like a flat section there, but I don't want to do too much. I think I took away too much. And then smooth it out just a little bit. Okay, I wonder if it will be the same on this side. In my mind, yes. And then we smoothing it. And we'll do the same down. Alright, let me eat away a little bit. Yeah. Give these horns a little character. You know, a little loving. These don't need to look amazing, although took out a little bit too much geometry back here. Alright, something's happening. Definitely something's happening. Okay. Yeah, alright. You look a little worn, right? Alright. Oh. You know what? I kind of like that. A little worn look to them. I know we're gonna adjust this in a little bit, but add a little shape. Okay. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to look, but this is my creation. You know? That's how it's supposed to look in my mind. All right, we good here. Okay, on to the next one. Yeah, his doesn't look as pretty as mine.
Shapes on the horns and
Trust me.
everything comes later when we go in the detailing state. Yeah, now we can go back to the first keyframe, and this is what we have so far. One final thing. Let's go to the nose, of course. Let's apply the scale. Let's go back to keyframe 2, and here we can use.
All right. Gotta fix this nose. Gotta fix this nose. Oh, wait. Did I apply? Apply scale. I don't know if I had anything here. All right, and tab down. Okay. So this one, oh no. We gotta do a little something. Oh my. Okay. First of all, nose is not technically in the best position. So let's GZ go down a little bit. Too far. Yeah, about right here. Okay. And tab sculpt. Okay. So X symmetry. Let's do grab brush and start to push. Right? It's kind of what the nose looks like. Okay. Alright. And it's kind of flat in the front and on top. Let me smooth this out a little bit. Okay, it's not super flat looking at this thing, but it is kind of, it's kind of flat a little bit, right? Yeah, it's kind of flat a little bit. So it doesn't need to be pushed out as much as it is, but all right. Okay. I do want to kind of flatten this a little bit. Oh, too much. Okay. All right, and it still comes out a little bit. All right, that's not perfect, but I don't know. Feels like here. Ah, there we go. Yeah, and then I feel like it gets like flat up here. Yeah, I think that looks right. All right. What do y'all think? Looks like it's nose or not? Actually, this needs to get, okay. That's not right. It kind of goes, so this needs to get down, and then I feel like this is closer to, I know, I'm probably worried about these details a little more than I need to be. All right, let me see what he comes up with. You know what? I'll let y'all see what he ends up with once he gets here. We'll see if we're on the same page or not.
X symmetry is enabled. Press G for the grab brush and move it a bit to the side. Make sure that the fall off is set to smooth, not sharp. Let's push this to the inside a bit more.
Oh, wait. Fall off. Set to smooth.
Something like this. Yeah.
Okay.
And now, as you can see, our little creature here is taking shape. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. His looks a little different. I'm gonna let you guys see what this looks like. Let me see. All right. This is what his looks like.
Something like this. Yeah. And now, as you can see, our little creature here is taking shape. Yeah. And that's it for this video.
All right. So this was him. And hold on one second. Sorry. This was him. And this is me. Man. It's not the worst thing, right? Let me see if I can get this in a way so you guys can see it a little bit better. Maybe here? Yeah. So, it's getting there. You know? Into this. There you go. Now you can see. You see my guy versus this guy. I mean, not exactly the same, but I mean, for 4 days in, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. All right. Let's see. What was that? That was shaping mesh. Okay. We're on to the next part of the course.
In this video, we will merge the head,
Oh.
the body, and the tail, and
You don't need that.
the first layer of details. So let's select the head.
All
I
right.
think
Let's
we
see.
could add another level of detail here by pressing Control 1. I think this
Oh,
will be
he's
much
already
better.
doing
Although
this.
we will remesh the whole thing, it's good to use the
Uh-oh.
subsurf modifier because it's also smoothing everything immediately here. And
Okay. So tap. Wait. Tap. Object mode. It is. He's at another one. Alright. Is he gonna apply
since
this?
this is still a quad-based geometry, it works perfectly fine. Let's apply the visual
Yep.
geometry to mesh. For the body, let's add again a subsurf modifier with one level of subdivision, and the tail is fine. Then let's select the head and the tail, and as last object the body. Press Ctrl J to join everything, and then let's switch over to sculpt mode. You can see that face sets were added to each of these objects automatically. However, this
Hold up. What? Why that didn't happen to him? What just happened? What are my eyes? First of all, that should have. They're parented. Wait, what did I do? That didn't happen when he did it. What did I do? I don't know where that. Oh, they're parented to the head. They're not supposed to be. Okay, hold up. Shift. Oh no. I'm all messed up. Ah, the eyes. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can fix this. All right. G. X. All right, now he looks mad cross-eyed, but I'll take it. Okay. All right, let me make sure. Okay. All right. Let me do let me go back to 1. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm good. G, X. They're like somewhere here. I don't think that's exactly right. G, Y. Comes like here. All right. Let me parent this correctly. Jeez Louise. Wondering why this thing is like acting weird. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's do this. Do this. Do this. Control J. Okay. All right. That was scary. Oh my gosh. Bro, I thought I messed up everything. All right.
This doesn't matter because let's press Shift R to set a resolution, something like not too small, maybe something like 0.5. You can also see it under remesh, 0.00555. Let's press Ctrl R to see. Yeah, I think that's good. Now let's use the clay strips brush, hold down Shift, and let's smooth out the transitions first. And of course make sure that X symmetry is enabled here. So in here it's really just about adding a little bit more major shapes here. Let's add a little bit of geometry here around the leg. Let's also add some geometry here around the shoulders. Maybe let's get rid of this point.
Okay, so he did some stuff to smooth this out. All right, so I'm just connecting the head to the body and the tail, just to That's what he was just doing. So let's do it. Clay strips. Just add a little. And that may be a little much. Just do this first. All right. May need a little more down here. Okay, so his face definitely needs to come out. I mean, what? Yeah, that absolutely needed to happen. This man had no chin. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have that much head. All right. Let's add a little bit of some hot dog packets back there, you know. All right. That's not bad. Okay. Yep. Nice. All right. Nice little transition there. Okay. All right. Not worst case. Not worst case at all. All right. Let me add a little bit. Okay. Hopefully it's not too thick. Just a little geometry here. Okay. Oh, guys, I'm getting lost. Okay, there we go. All right, smooth this out. Okay. Oh, my watch is completely charged. Nice. Okay. Bruh. My navigation needs work. Oh, we need a lot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is it just making it skinnier? Okay. There we go. Mistakes were made. Okay. So I need to build what's gonna be, oh, that's way too much. Okay. Here I need to add, because this needs to be able to go over. How did he add so much buffness to this thing? Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah. All right. This does make sense. Wow, now it looks like he has hips. Look at that. I guess I need to do something like this. I need an anatomy class. Alright, that's, I don't know. To me, that looks pretty good. I could be wrong. But I feel like that's looking pretty good. It looks like a hip. I don't know what y'all think. Oh my gosh. Looking like Alan this time around? That's hilarious. Alright. Are you planning to rig this model? I don't think so, because I don't know how to do that. But in this course I'm going through, they will teach me how to pose this one. So no rigging, unless you teaching. That's a different story. If you teaching, then I'm learning. But in this specific course, they don't do the full rigging. So unfortunate. But there's one after this that I'm gonna do where I do get to learn how to rig it up. So I plan on doing that then. Missing some stuff. Alright. I actually kind of like how that looks. Keeps the scaling. Okay. Oh no. What? Okay. Alright. He doesn't look too bad. I mean, his mouth is still a little too flat. Let me just push this mouth out a little bit. Okay. Alright. Not too mad at it. Not too mad at it. Okay. My little garball looking good. Let me just clean up this. And then I'll see what this guy's up to next. Okay. What y'all thinking? Good? I mean, I'm satisfied so far. I think I smoothed mine out way more than they smoothed out theirs, but I mean, what you gonna do, you know?
Pointy edge here. Then let's use the draw sharp brush, add a sharp line
Oh,
here. And smooth this a bit.
yes.
So since
That makes
this
sense.
is a creature with a bunch of fat on it, we keep everything relatively smooth from the
Oh,
shapes.
he's starting to
Then
smooth
let's
it.
go to the face. One thing to mention here, you can see the little creature has the mouse open right now. However, we will sculpt it with the mouse closed, and later on, after retopology, we will add the possibility to open the mouse once again. So let's add a little bit
Oh,
of
that's a bit
details
too
here.
much.
Now let's get an idea where we want to have the mouse. So maybe let's press numpad 1 to have the reference image overlay, and then let's simply draw a line somewhere here, so that we have a rough idea where we want to have the mouse. Shouldn't look perfect with this low resolution, just to get a very basic idea. Maybe let's use a crease brush here, make it very small, and add this sharp line here. Let's see, it's going behind the eyes, so from this perspective I think it's even going here. But I think when this creature is like smiling, this edge will be pulled backwards a bit anyway. Let's use a crease
Okay, there we go.
brush, smooth this here, and maybe remove
Alright.
a little bit. This
Okay.
part down here is relatively small, and
Okay.
it should not look as if the creature...
Alright. This part I can do. I've done a mouth before. I've done it. I've done it. Let me see. Alright. So he's referencing off of this guy. Okay. So I can do. Now this kind of sucks because I'm not great at drawing in the first place. But I bet you can't tell. Look at that. Looks like I'm a great artist. I'm fantastic at artistry. What am I talking about? Look at this. It's beautiful. Look at that mouth. That's sounds crazy. Alright. Okay. I don't love. I think I moved up. Is the mouth too high? Should I do it? Have done it a little lower. Oh, that looks terrible. Actually, now looking at it, I don't think I did it too high. I can probably just let me do polish crease. Okay, I might need to add a little something to his lips here. The bottom. Just a little something. Lips seem a little small. I should have done a grab brush and just pull it out. Let's see. Alright, this is supposed to be just for reference, but I know I'm gonna be doing some more to. Oh, look at that. That looks crazy. Thanks, man. It should be time for me to go to sleep too. I'm wildin', honestly. I gotta get up early in the morning. But have a good night. Catch me on the next one. Hopefully, we keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Alright, crease. Alright, let's do draw sharp a little bit more. Okay, let's do inflate the bottom just a little bit. This one. There we go. We can inflate this a little bit. Alright. Got them lips. Alright. Could be better. I mean, it's not terrible. Oh, that's bad drawing. I don't know if I'm making this mouse better or worse, but okay. I'm feeling good with that. I'm feeling good with that.
It has like super thick lips. So maybe let's use a draw sharp brush, invert it, and add a sharper line on top here.
Oh,
I know with this low resolution we
invert
can't go too detailed, but it should just give us an idea of where we want to put the mouse. Also, we can go back to the eyes and sculpt a little bit more around the eyes so that we get this distinct shape here. We can also use
Oh,
the
my lord.
sharp brush to
My
draw.
ears. Oh my gosh. That was terrifying. Something just happened. I don't even know what happened. Oh my gosh. I just got terrified. Thank you for whatever just happened. Oh, thank you for the sub. Oh my gosh. I gotta fix that. I did not. Oh my gosh. I don't actually know how to change that audio right now. So I don't know if y'all even heard that, but that thing just blew up my eardrums. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Victor. Alright. Oh, jeez Louise. I don't know what's happening. Oh my gosh. I don't think you guys can hear this, but this thing is blasting my eardrums. Oh my gosh. What is happening? It's just happening back to back to back. I don't even think, because Victor can't sub twice. So I don't know what just happened. Oh my gosh. Alright. My eardrums are safe for now, I hope. And if not, oh well. Alright. Back to it. Again. Sorry. I don't know what just happened there. Alright. Thank you again, Victor, for the sub. I do appreciate you. Alright. I'm drawing some lips here. Oh, okay. This is way better. And actually, I know his lips look like they need some Vaseline. Don't worry. We got them. We got them. See, look at that. Put a little lip balm. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna add a little bit more of this. I didn't know it was that easy. And I know, again, your boy gonna need some lip balm. My dad call lips like this soup coolers. He's from Alabama. All right. Okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but we getting there. Oh, why does this gap just? You know what? That's just gonna be his lips. I don't care anymore. That's just he gonna have a little ridge in his lips. That's fine, right? It's not. All right, let me just draw. Okay. There we go. That was literally so easy. And now we can just smooth it up. Oh, no. Yo, that bottom lip is crazy. I need to fix that. Okay. Okay. Now we're back to where we started. Let's go small. I think that's what I have to remember. Incremental changes, B. See? Look at you. There you go. Incremental. Okay. And now smooth it out. I think you just flattened his lip. Okay. We getting there. Alright. Incremental. Okay. That feels better. Alright. Okay. I'm pretty much satisfied with this, I think. Let me get this crease brush. Okay. To me, I think that's good. Y'all good with that? I'm calling it. I think that's good. Okay. Doesn't look as good as this guy's.
Where the eye is, so it
Because
looks as if
his is
it a
kinda
hole. Later on,
like an
also
even
we
mouth,
will
but I kinda
close
like how
the
this
eyes,
looks.
so we have enough geometry to close the eyelid. But for now, let's sculpt it with the eyes open. Let's press G for the grab.
Oh, that's interesting. Victor's not here, but I'm gonna learn how to close the eyes, and we're not rigging. That's interesting. That is quite interesting. So I need to add some geometry here. Oh, he looks mad, boy. Why'd you chap up my lips? He's supposed to be happy, man. Look at this boy. I kind of like this. I'm leaving it. His looks happy. Mine looks evil. And I'm kind of with it. Yo, all right. Now he doesn't look as bad. This looks like the bulge you're supposed to have when you have an eyeball. I don't know, man. He looks kind of evil. I'm kind of digging it. Not that I like evil. I think he looks cool. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't want y'all out here gonna mess me up. All right. All right, this I don't know if I want so much. I'm getting a little bit. Nah. All right, now he doesn't look evil anymore. Now he looks kind of happy. I just had to round it out, so that's all. Look at him. I mean, looks like a happy guy again. Okay. See? Look at that. He just wants something to eat. That's all. Okay. Let's see.
Brush, move it a bit to the top. Then let's change the fall off to sharp and make this area a bit more pointy. Maybe here as well, a tiny bit.
Okay, so he did something I haven't done before. Grab brush. I don't even know it. I haven't used any of these tools before. So, his mouth is way close to his eyes. I knew I moved his mouth up too much. Well, maybe I could just move his eyes up a little bit. That's not gonna look right. I might need to fix his mouth. Let me do this real quick. See if I can just do this on the fly. Okay. I don't like that. Okay, let's just start from here. Let's go down a little bit. Oh my gosh. Incremental, Brandon. Incremental changes. Okay. It's better. It's not perfect, but it is better. That's something. Let's make this small again. And then he did. Oh, see, yeah. I don't know how he did this. Because he made it so that. Oh, I see. He had some geometry back here that he moved. And he pushed. This one I can push. That feels nice. Okay. I don't know if I can push this the way he did. I completely hate that. So I think I might. Oh, I need to put under. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. Let me put this fall off. Oh, it fall off is on smooth. Let's make this a bit smaller. I should be. What is grab brush? I'm wondering why this didn't look right. Clay strips to fall off. Should be smooth. Maybe that's where I made my mistake. Okay. Yeah. I think I need more under here. Okay. Let's smooth it out because it looks completely crazy. Alright. He looks a little crazy. Okay. Go to a grab brush, fall off, sharp, not sharper. And then I just want a little bit bigger than that. And, well, it kind of goes like, no, I don't. I don't know about this one, Chief. I don't know if I can. Now he just looks mad sleepy. Like, yeah, this works, but this. How do I not make my boy look tired? I don't know. I'm kind of happy with how it looks, but let me see. Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I can. I'm not there yet. Let me see. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I just want to smooth out a little bit. Okay. You know what? I think I'm getting tired. That's crazy. What I just did. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
And then let's change it back to smooth. And as you can see, in general, I stay relatively rough with the resolution. And of course, the
my
eyes
resolution is
fall out,
way
so we have
higher.
to take care that it's covered enough with the eyelids.
Okay, yeah. I do think my eyes look like they're gonna fall out. So, and not my eyes, this guy. So I need to add some geometry here. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, let's go down. Okay, here we go. Let's add some. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. You know what? I don't hate this. I don't completely hate this. I do want to take off some of that and then do this guy. Take off and then do this. Okay. Add a little. Okay, smooth it out. Let's add a little bit more. Okay. Now, I actually add like. Okay. And now where's my grab brush? Oh. I need to make. Well, first of all, this needs to be a little bigger. I need to smooth this out. Yeah. Okay. Oops. No, don't push it back. Pull it forward. Okay. All right. I like how this guy looks. Okay. All right, let me just kind of clean up some of these things here. All right. Let me add a little bit more geometry here and just smooth it out. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I do like that little feeling there. Okay. Maybe too much is possible. I've done a bit too much, so. Oh. Okay. Don't do anything else because you're messing it up. I feel like this just needs to go down just a little bit. Okay. I did too much because it was fine. It was absolutely fine. Okay. I'm done. Okay. It looks fine. It's not what his looks like, but it doesn't matter.
Take away some of the geometry over here and maybe make this one here a bit thicker. Maybe with a draw sharp brush so it's more round.
Okay, so he's adding some pop to the cheeks. He used to draw sharp brush. But I like to use these blobs. And I don't know what's wrong with using blobs, so I'm going to. Maybe that's what's wrong with using blobs. Uh-oh. Whoa. What am I making? Okay, so I want give me some yes. Those like chunky cheeks. And G, just move these cheeks back just a little bit. Just move them back a little bit. And just move it out a little bit. I got it a little bit more. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. I do grab brush. I want to like bring it down just a little bit. Okay. I feel like it needs to come back a little bit. Okay. And smooth this out. Something like that. Okay. I thought I was doing something. I'm not doing anything. What the? Okay, there we go. How does that look? I mean, I need a little something. Oh, I'm sorry. That was crazy. All right, let me see. Draw. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was missing a little something in the front here. Okay. I'm good with this. Okay.
But yeah, not too much. So as
All
you
right.
can see, the eyes are still too wide open. So maybe let's check if we can close this a bit more with a grab brush.
Nah, bro, I can't close my eyes no more. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me see. This man's doing the most, bro. What in the world? All right. Oops. Actually, I think I did what I was trying to do. A little bit too much. Just push you. Okay. All right. I said no, but we did it. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's way too much. Now his eyes feel. Maybe it's not. Worst case. mean, I don't love this. I gotta push this back some. This ain't right. I need, yeah, there we go. I need this to come back a little bit. This too. Okay, that feels a bit better to me. Except for how this looks. All right, let me just fix this and then I'll leave it alone. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. We good. We good. I'm
Let's
good.
take away some
I'm
of
happy.
the geometry over
I'm
here.
good.
So as you can see, I just play around with the shape. I'm testing different things by removing and adding geometry. So there's nothing right and wrong at this stage. It's also playing around with the shape to see how we can translate the 2D image into the 3D shape. I feel on top here we have a bit too much geometry, which make it look weird.
I do feel
Let's
like
press G
I
and
could
move this
take off
part a little bit more to the top. Down here.
yeah, I don't need
What
to
we can do
clean that up.
also to
I
check
feel
this out,
good
let's
here.
select the image here, move this to the side and see how it looks compared to each other.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna do what my boy just did here. Do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. GX. Oh. Oh, what did I just? Oh, I went to there. Okay. All right, this guy. GX. Okay. What do y'all think? Any good? Any bad? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like it's getting there. This might be too much of a ridge. This definitely feels a little crazy. Yeah, I need to fix this and this before I move on. Wow, my tail looks jacked. I can fix that later though. Alright. Well, I am definitely not going to be doing that. Let's do here. Let's just. I want to add. Oh my! Oh my! Sorry. Okay. Let's do it here. Just add a little bit. Okay. That feels better. I actually don't hate his little forehead, but I think I can make it like I didn't mean to put that much. Okay. I gotta fix this, but it's going to where I'm trying to get it. Alright, that feels a bit better. Got a little bit of a forehead, but it didn't need to be crazy. Alright. Okay, we're almost there, guys. This got technically 2 minutes. We'll see how long this 2 minutes takes me.
Not too bad. I think the eyes stand out a bit too much, maybe. So what we can try is to move them
My
back
eyes are
a
fine.
bit And
worry.
then of course also change the shape a bit. And yeah, some changes we do now, maybe later on, then changing all the time. Using the orthographic projection, if I press numpad 5, that's this one here, for aligning with the concept. Of course, since this is a 2D image, it will never be 100% accurate compared to the 3D model. However, we can look at different landmarks to see what's fit far away from the mouse corner over here, and also the distance to the nose we can check. And in general, when I compare the size of the eye with the nose, for example, over here, then I think the eye over here is still too big and it's still too far to the eyes. Let's scale them a tiny bit smaller ones throughout the entire sculpting process. So back in sculpt mode with a clay strips brush, first let's smooth this out a bit. Look at the face here and the concept over here. It looks much closer now.
Alright.
Yeah, and as always, don't forget to save.
Oh yeah, facts. Save. Alright, y'all. This is where we at with my little guard ball. I'm proud of him. Proud of me. It's looking good. Still has a lot of work to do, but we'll pick up on this guy tomorrow. As long as I don't, like, fall asleep before I'm supposed to stream. So, thank you guys for watching. It's been another fun, exciting, loud stream because I got thrown off like 5 times. What the heck? But anyway, love you guys. Have a good night. Sleep tight. God bless. Peace. I did all of that, and it takes me forever to actually sign out. So, bye.